If you think just being a good person is enough to win in this world, you are making a huge mistake. The world we live in does not reward goodness. It exploits it. Look around you. The kindest people are often the ones who are exhausted, betrayed, and wondering, why does this always happen to me? How many times have you helped someone, trusted someone, been completely honest, only to be ignored, used, or cast aside? Society teaches us, be good, be honest, and everything will work out. But history tells a different story. The people who truly hold power understand one thing: being good is not enough. You also have to be smart. The name Machiavelli often makes people think of deception, manipulation, even cruelty. But those who truly understand him know this. He was not teaching people to be evil. He was revealing the truth about power. And the truth is, the world respects power, not kindness. People will tolerate you only as long as you are useful to them. Machiavelli gave a warning that most people ignore: if you are always good, you will be used and discarded. And this is not just a theory. You see it everywhere, in politics, in business, in relationships, even in everyday life. So the question is, will you keep being good and let the world walk all over you? Or will you finally learn how power really works? Because if you think strategy is only for bad people, you have already lost the game. Machiavelli's darkest lesson is not about being ruthless. It's about protecting yourself from being naive. Let's begin. We grow up hearing the same advice: be kind, be honest, and good things will come to you. Society paints this picture of morality as a direct path to success, like a fairy tale where good people are rewarded and bad people are punished. But reality does not work that way. Think about it. How many times have you seen genuinely good-hearted people being overlooked, exploited, or betrayed? The employee who always stays late, works hard, and never complains, yet is never promoted. The friend who is always available, always giving, and always forgiving, yet is the one taken for granted. The partner who loves selflessly, only to be discarded when their kindness is mistaken for weakness. We are taught to equate kindness with strength, but in the real world, kindness alone is often seen as an invitation for exploitation. Those who are too trusting, too open, and too eager to please become easy targets. They give more than they take, expecting fairness in return. But fairness is not a universal law. It is a social construct, often ignored when power and self-interest come into play. This does not mean kindness is useless. It means that kindness without intelligence is a liability. This is exactly what Machiavelli warned about. He did not dismiss morality. He simply understood that morality alone does not guarantee success. A good person without strategy is a sheep among wolves. Machiavelli believed that true power lies in balance. A person who is purely good will be destroyed by those who are cunning. But a person who is ruthless without reason will eventually fall as well. The key is to be kind but never naive. To understand that goodness should be paired with awareness, and that fairness should never come at the cost of your own survival. The world does not reward blind virtue. It rewards those who play the game with their eyes open. Machiavelli's most unsettling lesson is also his most important. Humans are selfish, fickle, and cruel when necessary. No matter how much we want to believe in the goodness of people, history and experience repeatedly prove otherwise. When survival, power, or self-interest is at stake, morality becomes flexible. Look at politics. Leaders promise change, speak of justice, and appeal to our ideals. But behind closed doors, they make ruthless deals to secure their power. In business, corporations market themselves as ethical and caring, yet they will fire thousands of employees or crush small competitors if it benefits their bottom line. Even in personal relationships, people say they value loyalty and honesty, until an opportunity arises that tempts them to betray. This is not to say that all people are evil, but rather that self-preservation often outweighs virtue. Machiavelli understood that morality is not a fixed principle, it is a strategy. Some people follow moral codes because they truly believe in them, while others follow them only when it benefits them. This is why those who rely solely on honesty, generosity, or fairness without understanding human nature often find themselves at the mercy of those who are more strategic. There is a crucial difference between morality as a personal belief and morality as a survival tool. Those who treat morality as an absolute principle often struggle when faced with harsh realities. But those who understand morality as part of a larger strategy, something that must be used wisely, have a greater chance of thriving. This is what Machiavelli meant when he wrote about power. He didn't tell people to be evil. He told them to see the world as it is, not as they wish it to be. When you understand human nature, you stop expecting fairness from those who benefit from taking advantage of you. You stop assuming that good intentions alone will protect you. And most importantly, you start making decisions not based on blind trust, but on a clear understanding of reality. It's not just about who you are, it's about how others see you. People don't follow the most moral, the most intelligent, or even the most capable. They follow those who appear strong, decisive, and in control. History has proven this over and over again. Charismatic leaders rise to power not necessarily because they are right, but because they project authority. In the corporate world, CEOs who speak with confidence and command attention are more likely to be trusted, even if their actual decisions are no better than others. In social settings, the person who walks into a room with an air of self-assurance is naturally seen as more important, more interesting, and more worthy of respect. Perception creates power. Machiavelli understood this better than anyone. He wrote that a ruler does not need to be truly virtuous, but he must appear virtuous. He does not need to be ruthless all the time, but when he is, it must be seen as necessary and justified. He does not need to be loved, but he must never be perceived as weak. The way you carry yourself, your confidence, body language, tone of voice, and presence determines how others treat you. Those who hesitate, doubt themselves, or seek constant validation are quickly dismissed. On the other hand, those who act with certainty, even if they are wrong, often find people willing to follow them. This is why the most powerful individuals, whether they are politicians, business leaders, or even manipulators, carefully control their image. They understand that power is not always about having the right answers. It's about making others believe that you do. The world does not reward silent competence. It rewards those who control their perception. If you let others define how they see you, you will always be at their mercy. But if you learn to project strength, command respect, and shape the way people perceive you, you will hold power, even before you take action. Information is power. Those who reveal too much make themselves vulnerable. In today's world, people are obsessed with sharing, oversharing to be precise. Social media, conversations, even casual interactions are filled with people exposing their thoughts, plans, and weaknesses. But Machiavelli had a very different view. A wise ruler does not reveal all his thoughts. Why? Because the moment you expose everything about yourself, you lose control. The more people know about you, the easier it is for them to manipulate, predict, or undermine you. Every unnecessary detail you reveal, your fears, ambitions, insecurities, becomes a potential weapon against you. Consider this. In negotiations, the person who speaks the most often loses leverage. In friendships, the one who always seeks validation ends up being disrespected. In business, revealing all your strategies too early allows competitors to outmaneuver you. People who over-explain or feel the need to justify their actions constantly put themselves in a weaker position. They give away their intentions, making it easier for others to anticipate and counter their moves. The most powerful individuals in history were often the most unpredictable, not because they were erratic, but because they controlled the flow of information. They spoke when necessary, never revealed more than required, and left people guessing. This created an aura of mystery and authority. Think of leaders who command respect effortlessly. They don't rush to explain themselves. They don't share their every thought. Instead, they let others wonder, let others assume, and let others chase after their approval. Speak less, observe more. The less you say, the more you learn about others while keeping yourself in control. Avoid seeking validation. Needing approval from others makes you dependent on their opinions. Silence forces people to respect your presence. Be intentional with your words. When you do speak, make it count. If every word matters, people will listen more attentively. Master the art of mystery. Keep your future moves and personal thoughts private. Let people see only what you choose to show. Machiavelli understood that power is not just in actions, but in perception. And the most powerful perception, the one people can never fully figure out. What is too available is not valued. This is a truth that applies to everything: money, time, opportunities, and even people. The more accessible something is, the less people appreciate it. Yet, most people believe that always being present, always giving, and always saying yes will make them more liked, respected, and indispensable. But in reality, it does the opposite. The person who is always available becomes predictable. The one who always gives without limits is taken for granted. The one who never sets boundaries is treated as an option, not a priority. Think about it. Employees who always say yes to extra work rarely get promoted. They just get more work. Friends who always make time for others often find that their own needs are ignored. The partner who constantly chases in a relationship often ends up being undervalued. Machiavelli understood this principle well. Respect is built by maintaining an air of mystery and control. If you are always around, always giving, and always saying yes, you lose your perceived value. The greatest leaders, thinkers, and rulers knew how to use absence as a tool. When you step back strategically, people begin to miss you. When you speak less but with more impact, your words carry more weight. When you give selectively rather than constantly, your generosity is valued more. This is why celebrities, top CEOs, and influential figures do not make themselves available to everyone. Their scarcity creates demand. People crave what they cannot easily have. How to apply this in life? Stop overgiving. Give your time and effort to those who truly appreciate it, not to those who expect it. Be selectively present. Show up when it matters, but don't be constantly available. Make people wonder when they will see you next. Master the art of saying no. Saying no increases the value of your yes. It forces people to respect your time and boundaries. Create an aura of mystery. Don't reveal everything about yourself at once. Let people earn the right to know more about you. Machiavelli's lesson is clear. Scarcity creates power, controlled presence builds authority, and strategic distance commands respect. Machiavelli was not against kindness, he was against weakness. There's a dangerous myth in the modern world, that being kind is enough, that if you are good, honest, and giving, the world will reward you. But time and time again, reality proves otherwise. People take advantage of kindness when it's not backed by strength. They exploit honesty when it's not protected by strategy. And they ignore those who demand respect, but do nothing to enforce it. Machiavelli understood this. He didn't say, "Be cruel." He said, "Be strong." True power comes from balancing kindness with intelligence. Think about the most respected leaders, the most influential people in history. Were they kind? Yes, but they were never weak. A wise leader rewards loyalty, but does not hesitate to remove threats. A strong individual helps others, but never at the cost of their own survival. A powerful person chooses their battles, instead of blindly trying to please everyone. Kindness is a choice, not an obligation. It must be given to those who deserve it, not to those who expect it. And it must always be balanced with the ability to say no, to walk away, and to protect your own interests. The ultimate question: will you stay naive or take control? The world does not reward passive goodness. It rewards those who know when to be kind and when to be firm. So, the question is, will you keep waiting for the world to treat you fairly? Or will you take control of your own fate? The choice is yours. If this video changed the way you think, don't stop here. Power is not just about knowing, it's about applying. Most people hear lessons like this, nod in agreement, and then go back to being the same as before. Don't let that be you. Starting today, observe the world differently. Notice how people respond to strength. See how those who are overly kind without strategy are taken for granted. And most importantly, start making real changes in your own life. You don't have to be ruthless, but you must be aware. You don't have to be cruel, but you must be in control. If you want respect, power, and influence, you must learn how to balance kindness with intelligence. And if you are ready to keep learning the hidden truths of power, psychology, and human nature, then subscribe now and turn on notifications. Because in a world that rewards the ruthless and the strategic, knowledge is your greatest weapon.